an organization. It's not a political organization, but I would say it's a civic organization that is focused on getting rid of the undocumented foreigners in South Africa. So there seems to be a view that there are a lot of people coming into South Africa who does not have the proper papers that allows them to be in South Africa, and especially in the townships. Some of them, they are selling drugs to children. Some of them, they are committing crime
Okay. Yeah.
in the country. So it becomes difficult to trace some of them because they came into the country illegally. So it is that, but also there are it's not just the view of all the South Africans. It's not a bad cause, but to a certain extent, one must disagree with their approach because of the fact that sometimes there are no people from Home Affairs to verify that this person is indeed an undocumented foreigner, and also the police to facilitate that process, because in a country with laws and all of that, you can't just look at a person and say this person is a foreigner, this person does not have a proper paper to be in the country. There has to be some form of verification to say this person is here illegally, and therefore the Home Affairs must make sure that this person is deported back into their country.
Yeah, I agree with that because it shows that I do understand this is a serious, sensitive issue. It is a problem that South Africa is going through. I cannot deny that. But the thing is, you guys also have systems in place to help you with these sort of issues. And I've watched a video. I'm gonna put it in the queue so you guys can just simply hear it. We don't care. Okay. All right, you don't care. I find all right, so listen, you guys can take a listen to this. Let me see video at this point.
Yes. Yes. So what are you doing here? Because we've been calling for you guys to leave the country. Why are you still here? No, 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 my friend. No, 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 no. Please respect what we are saying, and don't try and oppose what we are doing. Don't listen to the government. Don't listen to the police. Don't listen to anyone. Just listen to us. We are saying this peacefully. Please go to your country. 30 June is the deadline, but it's not like you must leave on the 30th of June. Yes. Don't leave on the 30th of June. Leave now, because the 30th of June, I can't control people of South Africa. All right. Let's do the right thing. Respect our country, respect us. Oh, wait.
So basically, this is a 3 minutes long video. So basically, imagine this person, this guy is from DRC, and he just do the right thing. Yeah, that's what he says, to respect our country and just leave. And he just basically approach him in the streets. It seems like more in a park, and he's having this conversation with him. So I'm gonna play it for a few more.
What were you doing here?
No, I have a business here. So I'll go to school.
So who's this?
I'm the boy, I know his name.
Oh. Yeah, so why is he running away?
I don't
Why are you running away?
I'm scared.
What?
I'm scared.
Do you know we started do you know what we started this thing in January, and we've been asking you guys to leave the country because we want to sort out our things in town. Why are you still staying in town?
Okay, my first question here, Law. South Africans want foreigners to leave the country because he said you guys want to sort out your problems. What problems does South African really want to sort out? Because this is just a person, he says he has a business in the country, and he doesn't look to me as if he's pushing powder. He seems like a father, but again, so you cannot really always tell a book by its cover. But what sort of situation that South Africa want to get an order after that person, immigrants leave?
It's the okay. There seems to be a view. We can never debate about whether that view is correct or not, but there seems to be a view because of the rising unemployment in the country. There seems to be a view that we are competing. They are competing with the South Africans in terms of jobs that are available because there are jobs that should be reserved for South Africans. Because if you come to South Africa for a job, at least you must come to the country to bring a scarce skill, something that no South African can do. But also there is an issue with powder. Those ones who are selling powder, the people who are proponents of the protest are against those people, and also the crime.
Okay.
So basically, those are the problems that South Africans want to deal with. But as you have correctly indicated, that the method, it's not something that I would say I agree with, because I indicated earlier that it's not a bad cause, but it has to be, they have to be accompanied with people from Home Affairs, by people which are the people from the border and the police, so that we don't just profile people just because you look like a foreigner. Therefore, we assume that you don't have the proper papers. And also, you can't just come as an ordinary individual and ask for a documentation from a person. There are police, there are Home Affairs people who are given that responsibility to go around asking for those documents if the need arise. But the cause is not a bad cause, but
It's not.
I don't think that it is carried out in a correct manner.
I agree with you. It's not a bad cause. Hey, for iFunny, it's not a bad cause, but it's just the method that is being used. Because you don't know everybody. You don't know these people. These people. Not everybody go to the country to do the same thing, and not everybody is gonna be pushing party. If you think that all the foreigners that visit your country is pushing powder, I don't think that's not the case, because it's not possible. Negras, how you doing?
I'm doing good, thanks. That's true. It's not possible that every single undocumented immigrant that's in South Africa is here pushing powder. However, the issue didn't start with them pushing powder. The issue started when the government said, okay, we have an influx of undocumented immigrants that don't want to go home because they've been here for like 5-10 years and they're still here. They're populating the country. And the government said, if you want healthcare, go to private hospitals, pay for your healthcare, or get medical aid or medical insurance, like any other foreigner that's documented would do. And they said, no, we want the same free education that other South Africans are receiving. And then the government said, okay, go get private education for your kids. They also said, no, we don't want to pay for education the same way South Africans are. But the problem here is South Africans are only receiving free healthcare and free education because of South African taxpayers. The education and the healthcare is not free because no one is paying for it. It's free because the taxpayer the taxpayers in South Africa that are the South Africans are paying for those services to be free for the underprivileged South African. And now there was a case a few months ago where other undocumented immigrants were taking the South African government to court because they wanted road accident fund. How are you undocumented and still want the benefits of a South African citizen?
Yeah.
Yes, you have businesses, but the government said for you as a foreigner, as an immigrant, to run your business, pay the South African government 5 million rands, and then you can run your business. But they still refused. So every compromise that the South African government and the South Africans tried to reach with the foreigners and the immigrants, they said no to it.
Okay.
And they said no.
Okay.
We just want what we want. We want to open our shops for illegally. We want to educate our kids for free like you guys. We want free healthcare like you guys. We're just taking resources away.
Yeah, Nicholas. We're gonna. Yeah, I understand. I agree. Yeah. So the benefits of South Africa, it is reserved for South Africans. This is basically what you were saying. Appreciate you. We're gonna get back to you guys, but I want to give everybody a chance first to share their thoughts. Bafana, how you doing, guys? Let's tap the screen. Let's get to 5K likes, please. Bafana, how you doing?
Yeah, what? Hear me? Can you hear me?
Your volume is very low. Can you speak a bit louder or turn up your volume?
Oh, okay. No, man. Okay, man. Nice to be in this panel. And I thank my sister for bringing up valid points. My brother, I think we have to be here to understand the situation. We've been systematically erased of our identity, by our own people in government, I guess. And all of that is all about business investments in Africa. You see, people on the streets, they know what's happening, and they're trying to rise above what is happening. They're trying to come up with solutions, but what is being shut down is the trying of the people. No, we want a better country for our generation, but our government insists on everything is normal while it's not. At the same time, they're saying this just to please other African countries because they have investments there. Mining, telecommunications, retail, and other businesses. I can name a few if you like, and what is happening is quite inhumane for a normal South African because you can't say I'm going to be burying my cousin because of A, B, and C of drugs which are heroin.
We use powder. Let's say powder instead.
Oh yeah, I guess I use the term, and sadly, this weekend on Saturday, I'm burying one of my cousins.
Really?
Who actually died in hospital because of that. And it's sad because at the end of the day, all these things happen through the system not caring, the system not hearing the cries, the cries of the people of saying, this is what's happening. And next to us, these people are actually doing this, not next to the suburbs or in Cape Town, where you find people without any tax number from West Africa buying properties that are worth 100 million. And in their own country also, they don't have a financial history background of where did they work, what were they doing all these years to acquire such investments in foreign countries. You understand, my brother?
Yeah.
So this thing is really deep, and the government
Thank you, Bafana.
is to blame. You understand?
I
And
understand.
I think it's
All right,
time
thank
for
you.
us to say yes. Okay.
Thank you. All right, let's stay within the 2 minutes time because there's a lot of people who want to share their opinion, and I want to be able to hear from this different people, different perspective, because you guys, although South Africa is big, so there's 60 plus something million people, and I believe that I can't speak to everyone, but I can speak to you guys. I want to hear how is the situation going with you guys. Okay, let's see, Village Boy, how you doing?
Yeah, I'm fine, thank you. South Africa, what's happening? There's nothing really happening. We Nigerians are in South Africa, and we will continue to be here. We are even going to become their president years to come. This is bound to happen. So whether they like it or not, they actually have no choice. So during the time of apartheid, when the white people were dealing with them, we sent billions and billions of dollars to them. So now is our time to enjoy the money. The money that we have sent to you guys, we've not made any profit. So our people are there in South Africa to make the profit. So you guys can protest, shout, behave like an animal on the street, harass people. Nah, nothing is going to happen. No, you guys are a bunch of idiots. And if you guys overstep, we will send the Americans, we will tell the Europeans to come back and make you guys slave again. So you guys just need to, we are Nigerians. You cannot do nothing. We are the most popular. We are your leaders. We are your boss. We are in charge of South Africa. We have impregnated all your women. We have mixed South African babies here and there. There is nothing that we cannot do. You South African men are ugly with your big forehead. You guys have no degree. You have no house. You have nothing. You guys are failed in life. So therefore, the only thing you can do is to come at us and start saying, go back to your country. Oh yeah, no, we are not going back. Please, burn down. Even if you burn down this country, we will go back to our country. And at the end of the day, you guys will have to restart. You guys will restart. You guys will start taking care of your country back. So this is not your country. This country is for all of us, especially we Nigerians. What's the name of this useless guy from South Africa? Nelson Mandela collected $500 billion from my people. And now it's the turn for my people to enjoy the money in South Africa. Therefore, you guys must respect us. Host, please tell them to respect us. If you respect us, we can help your economy. Maybe we can get you guys as our house help, as our gate man. Maybe you guys can start washing our toilet. You guys can start cooking us food. We can give you some menial jobs so that you guys won't be failure in life. You understand? So you guys must
Okay. All right. Thank you, Village Boy. Thank you, Village Boy.
There's a parting shot.
Shut your mouth.
No, Village Boy. Your time is up. Your time is finished. All right, appreciate you. Let's give Kamogelo. How you doing? If you want to respond to Village Boy, you can do that for the next person's next one.
Yeah, brother.
Hey,
What's up, man?
I'm doing good. You?
Good, man. Greeting to the panel.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. It is worrying and sad to find a brother talking so childish like that. Like we're dealing with an issue of trying to understand and having sympathy for Nigerians, to try to understand where they're coming from.
Yeah.
Like we understand, like Boko Haram is dealing with them. Their country is a mess and everything. So as much as we're trying to love them, but they're trying to push us to the limits, man. Like you can't be staying in my own country and saying such, words. Like you cannot. But coming back to my point, like every country, my brother, have got its own laws, right? Like the law of South Africa states that for you to open any small business, you must invest 5 million rand. But we see a lot of our African brothers, Somalis, Ethiopians, even Pakistan, they're not following that. And then now we saw they having illegal buildings around our CBD, which is Johannesburg. We cannot justify that. And when you call them into order, they're saying we are xenophobic and everything. So when our own government, our own politicians are trying to follow laws and become hard on the law, they're saying we are xenophobic and everything. They always talk about white people, but white people, they've got a way of
dealing with the systems. They don't do it so stupidly whereby they're selling drugs, they kidnap, they're doing this. And sorry about using the word D, right? So, but now they are there, they are staying with us, these guys, the African brothers, right? When they misbehave on our sisters, on our young brothers and everything. Because when they come into South Africa, they stay with us, they drink with us, they rent from us. But when they start misbehaving, and when we call them into order, then we become xenophobic. White people never come to us and rent from us. They rent from their own fellow white people and they follow their own rule. But why are we having a struggle living with our own black brothers in our own country? Believe me, if these people were behaving, we wouldn't be having this conversation right now. And only having problem with actually one country or two. It's Nigeria and Zimbabweans. They're very much arrogant and everything. But if they were that smart, why can't they start at home, build their own country so that we can visit them elsewhere? But right now, no South African brother wanna visit Nigeria. There's nothing to learn there. If you look at Abuja, is what we call is a dumping site. People are just shitting all over and everything, and we feel sad about that. But for someone to come here and say no, we are stupid and everything, come on, bro. Stupid is you. You left your own mother, you left your own sister, you left your own sibling to come become an alien in your own country, and you're gonna come here and brag about it.
Okay, all right, thank you.
Can I respond, those?
All right.
Yeah, but
I would love to respond, those.
This is Romy.
Yeah, I know. Host, can I respond or no?
Okay, Village Boy, you got 1 minute.
Okay, thank you. So that's query, lazy, ugly-looking monkey South African was saying nonsense. I didn't even. Can you speak proper English? You are speaking like you get to our brothers, our African brother. Bro, shut the fuck up.
No cursing.
Country. You
No
guys are
cursing.
minorities, bro. We have taken over.
I think you are making this platform to
Hey,
degenerate.
shut your mouth.
I
When
think you are making this platform to degenerate
When is
because
superior African?
you were going according to a role. Rome is supposed to be speaking, but you are not doing that. So
Hey, shut the fuck up,
No,
nigga.
hey, no.
this is Romy.
Okay, all right.
Cameroon.
All right, Romy, you up.
Thank you, sir. Good evening, everybody. And I'm talking from Cameroon. Actually, we are very concerned, like any other African, about the situation in Africa, in South Africa, with immigrants. What I want to make clear here is that the question of immigration, be it legal or illegal, is a public problem. And solutions to public problems are done by the public administration with public policies. It's not supposed to be done by a collection, a community of people roaming the street, harassing other Africans, asking the document. On what grounds, on what authority are they roaming the streets of South Africa, asking for people to provide for documents for their investment? This is a question of public policy. I don't know if these guys have actually investigated on the effect of net property income from abroad of South African investment with what they do. I don't know if they've actually investigated on the effect of South African foreign investment in South Africa, because the image they portray to the rest of the world is that South Africa is an unwelcoming business place for foreign investment. I don't know if they've measured the impact of this shop closing, the impact on GDP, on the productivity in South Africa. I don't know if they actually think that when this shop will close up, all the South Africans that are recruited by these business owners, all the South Africans that are recruited by these foreign businesses will have a job after this. The immediate effect of what is happening in South Africa now will be inflation. People are going to lose their jobs, productivity is going to reduce, and they will get poorer and poorer, and the only thing that they will have to do is to turn back to the administration. And that's where my next point heads to. It's so shocking to see that South African administration, the public administration, the government, does nothing, absolutely nothing about this. And you see people with no authority going around the street asking documents. The first person who's going to pay for this is the president himself, because he's leaving this unorthodox mass to grow. The mass will grow, the mass will get hungry,
By the time they are done with the foreigners, they'll turn back to the administration, and the administration will have nothing to do. South Africa is slowly and steadily going into a chaos. They should revise this. It's true that if private investment and illegal foreign investment is not controlled, it's going to have negative effect on the South African economy. But I think this matter has to be treated by the government and
All
not
right.
by the collection of people roaming the street and harassing others.
All right.
Thank you
All
so
right.
much, sir.
Appreciate you, Romy. Good point. Guys, when I mute you, stay muted. Good point. Guys, tap the screen. Let's get to 5K.
Can I reply on Romy?
Who's this?
We have
Who's this?
over.
Who's speaking?
It's Bafana. Can I reply to Romy? Just 2 seconds.
Okay, no. I'll give you a minute. A minute.
Yeah, we have over 1 million or maybe 5 million graduates in South Africa, and all of them are black. You need to understand when you say you're gonna leave us poor. No, you leave us with peace. In fact, if you leave tomorrow, you understand. We are trying to build for the next generation here. Not the things that you guys are doing, opening up shop with illicit goods which don't comply to our tax system. You open up saloons, but you are here on a educational visa. You understand? You are trying to live off a hand to mouth kind of life, and you are trying to establish here a country that is suitable for the next coming generation, which is going to inherit of our education and our industrial life, our well-off in the industry. We are trying to live a learned generation, not a generation whereby just open shop or next to the road, or open shop without any structure of business form. You understand? You don't even have a bank account for sure. If you do have, what papers did you open that bank account with? Thank you.
All right, Charlie. Thank you, guys. Tap the screen. Also, follow my account if you haven't done that already. I'll give Charlie a chance.
May I come in?
Charlie.
No, come on, let me talk.
Yeah, Charlie.
Yeah, I'm here. So, yeah, I wanted to thank you for putting me on, man. So, 2 things I wanted to make, right? If you wanna see or hear anything that's wrong with South Africa, listen to the other brother who just came on, the Nigerian brother, right? He's a typical example of everything that's wrong with Nigerians in South Africa. Just his mentality and what he's saying, right? And secondly, the one point I wanted to touch on is the issue of papers and documentation, right? It's not an easy fix just by saying, okay, everyone needs to go to Home Affairs and Home Affairs needs to sort these papers, because most of the visas and the work permits require you to go back to your country and fix it there, right? The visas that can be fixed in South Africa, you have to show a few things, right? You have to show that you are paying taxes, you have a bank account, you have a physical address, right? And you also have to show that you don't have a criminal record in South Africa. And those few things become a problem to a lot of people who are foreigners now, because you are proving that you are contributing to the society or you're not contributing to the society. So it's not an easy fix just by saying, okay, everyone needs to go to Home Affairs and Home Affairs needs to sort this thing out. It's not as easy as that. And now it's going to go back to the issue of what are you doing in South Africa? Are you contributing to the society or you're not contributing to the society? Or the documents that you're proving, are they fraudulent or they're not fraudulent? This is where now it's going to become a tricky thing. So as much as people say, everyone needs to go to Home Affairs and Home Affairs needs to fix this, well, now it's going to get into the nitty-gritty of, are you contributing to the society or not? I don't know if anybody wants to play that game, right? Do you really want to go to Home Affairs and produce your taxes and produce your bank accounts and produce everything that you're contributing to the society or not? You know, so I need people to understand that it's not as easy as that, right? But the people that we need to prioritize in these conversations are South Africans, and we need to find out what is best for the people of South Africa and the people who are mostly affected by immigration in South Africa, because these people are not integrating with white people, they're integrating with black people. So the conversation needs to say, okay, how can we fix this thing to affect the people who are most affected by immigration? And thank you for putting me on.
Thank you, Charlie. Thank you, Charlie. Anybody want to respond, guys? Tap the screen. Let's get the likes up to
Yes,
1K.
can I come in there, my brother?
Wait, let's see. Who are you again? No, you have to wait. We go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Can I speak? I have a hello.
Yeah, you can speak. Yeah.
Thank you for which one, me or her?
Thank you, host.
Her.
Thank you, host, for accepting me, and greetings to everybody.
Hello.
Well, I'm from South Africa, and I just have like two questions. I'm trying to understand with people from Nigeria, like who broke you guys? Because the moment you get the spots or you are given the spots to make your point heard across the rooms, you just be saying a lot of things that don't align with what we are trying to fix as a country or as a continent of Africa.
Can you?
Like, I'm trying to understand who really broke you guys. You sound like broken records the moment you try to explain yourself. What's going on? Who broke you? Can someone answer me on that? And my second question is, have you guys ever hold your leaders accountable? Like, have you guys ever done what South Africa is doing? Because if we can be real, right now, South Africa is trying to hold their leaders accountable. And you guys are catching strays. Like, but in real fact, South Africa is really trying to fix its own country. When are you guys gonna go back to your countries, fight exactly like South Africa is fighting their government or their leaders? South Africa is fighting the government. So, like, can we guys do that with all in our countries? Hold our leaders accountable, and then once we've done that, come back together and form this unity that everybody is so obsessed about. Why don't we first step, let's go back to our countries, have these leaders account, and then I would like to get that answer from my question: who broke you? Who broke you guys? Like, you are so broken. We cannot even hear your points when you come up to these platforms.
And you referring to the Nigerians? You referring to
That guy Villa who was just here
on
the panel.
Okay.
Like, we couldn't even understand what he's talking about, but he is so angry. He is just fighting everybody, insulting everybody. Why is he so broken and desperate to be in somebody's man's country when he can go to his country and hold his leaders accountable?
All right, good point.
What's so hard about that?
Good point. All right.
Can I answer that? Can I answer that?
Are you Nigerian?
No, but it's not supposed to be tick for tack. Can we?
No. If you're not Nigerian, then you have to go according to the persons who come first. I thought you were Nigerian. Okay, Law, you already have a chance, but let's move to Maboa. Maboa, you up? Your turn.
Thank you, brother.
Yeah.
I appreciate platforms like this one where, as Africans, brothers and sisters, we can exchange views. Let me say from the onset, I am South African, and I am very much worried and appalled at the way we are being labeled all over. People calling us xenophobic, people calling us haters of Africans. We cannot hate Africans when we are Africans. That is simply not true. But what is the issue here? Number one, I will give an example like this. In the year 1983, in Nigeria, there was a president called Shagari who made a law that within 14 days, all the foreign nationals must leave Nigeria. And 1 million people were affected. Most of them were Ghanaians.
And when they asked Zagari, why are you saying these people must leave? He gave 3 reasons. Number 1, he said their visas have expired. Number 3, they are taking jobs from Nigerians. Number 2, they are disturbing the social order in Nigeria. Then go to the country called Uganda. Uganda, under the leadership of Idi Amin, deported Asians or Indians from that country. And when they asked Idi Amin, why are you sending these people away? He said they are running all the shops in Uganda and the Ugandans don't have a chance to participate in their local economy. Come to Zimbabwe. Right now in Zimbabwe, there is a law that when you are running a business there, you must be ready after 5 years to relinquish 75% of your shares to the local people there. Now, why, when these laws were enforced everywhere else in Africa, there was no outcry of xenophobia? But when in South Africa we raise these issues, people want to cry xenophobia all over the place. My brother, our laws are very simple and straightforward. If you want to run a shop in South Africa, you must first invest 5 million rands. And the people who are running spaza shops and saloons in South Africa are not complying with that law. And they know they are not complying because when you complain to them, they will say to you, why don't you tell the government? Listen, the government of South Africa is not an elected royal family. They are not our kings. They work for us. And if we feel that they are not doing things the way they are supposed to be done, our frustration will boil over and we will go to the streets.
Appreciate
And it worries me when grown-up men and women want to come and protest and complain in South Africa when they don't want to go and protest against their own leaders in the countries of their origin. There are serious problems all over the African continent. South Africa has got its own problems. Our unemployment is standing at 32%. You don't see us going to Lagos or Abuja or Harare, taking over that city, making shacks in the middle of those cities. You don't see us doing that. But the foreigners that are here in South Africa have got the audacity to make shacks in Johannesburg, to make shacks in the CBD of Johannesburg and start selling their things, degrading our cities and turning our cities into slums. And we must fold our arms and say the police must act. We know that they are bribing the police officers, they are bribing the Home Affairs officials, they are bribing everybody. We are not going to fold our arms. The freedom of South Africa was won in the streets with our rocks and with our boxes of matches and our tires. And if we feel anyone is threatening that freedom and that democracy, we are going back to the streets. That is where we won our freedom. From the bushes of Angola and Tanzania, in the streets of Soweto and all over, that is where our freedom came from. We were throwing rocks at police officers who were shooting at our people. And we are not going to fold our arms today when our country is being hijacked and say, no, we are going to be accused of being xenophobic. We are not xenophobic, we are being realistic. Now we have got I'm closing. We have got 3 million Zimbabweans in South Africa undocumented. We have got hundreds of thousands of Bangladesh, Pakistani, Ethiopians, Somalians, Malawians, Mozambicans, Nigerians. Everyone is here. And those people, they don't pay for medication. They take from the clinic for free. And that on its own affected the services that South Africans must get from their governments. That is where the frustration comes from. It doesn't come from hate. We are fighting over resources that are not enough for all of us. So our brothers must not think we hate them. We don't hate them. We just want our country to work for its population. So they shouldn't interpret this anyhow. We condemn the killing of Africans. We condemn the taking of anybody and the loss of life. But we don't want illegal foreigners in South Africa. They must be documented. They must tell us for how long they are staying here, when are they leaving, where they will be staying during their stay in South Africa. We want them to come here the right way and go back home the right way. That is how immigration is supposed to work. Thank you so much for the time.
I appreciate you. I mean, that was a W submission. Appreciate you. Guys, let's tap the screen. Let's get the likes up. Let's get to 10K. Appreciate you. So if you want to join the conversation, you can send a request to join. And Silak, it's your turn. How you doing, Silak? Can you unmute yourself, Silak? Guys, tap the screen, and also you can find the link in my bio if you for getting your body fit. Silak, are you ready? If you're not ready, then we're gonna move forward to FT. How are you doing, FT? All the way up there.
Hey, how are you?
I'm all right. How about you?
I have no right answer to that question. I'm a foreigner. I have lived in South Africa from 2014. I have 2 kids that are South African citizens because the man that I married, or the man that brought me to this country, he said he's half South African, half Zimbabwean, which I thought at the time it was Ndebele. But later on, I learned it's not the truth. He is just Zimbabwean man who apparently have South African citizenship. So to my brother who was saying, you don't hate us, you don't discriminate us. What do you say to a woman like me? I'm a single mother of 2, 5, and 8 years old. I cannot go back to my country, Ethiopia. As everyone knows, Ethiopia right now is in a war. And at the same time, because my kids are South African citizens, born in South Africa, they are second citizen because their father is citizen, even though he was not born in South Africa. How do you propose to a woman like me who got married and trusted and loved that the man is gonna do the right thing, but he failed? So xenophobia.
Are you finished? So
Can I answer?
sure.
Just, I saw at the time I thought I should stop.
No.
So my brother,
Okay. So
what
let's
I want to ask you is this.
You can answer the question, Kamogelo.
There are so many women like me who came to South Africa. Most of them, they came with false promise from their own country people. But me, when I come to South Africa, I never thought I will be single mother in a foreign land because.
Can I come in, brother?
Wait.
Yes.
Are you ready? Are you FB? Okay. Do you understand? Okay. First.
It has to be, two-way conversation, brothers. I don't know.
Okay. Yes. Okay. So wait.
This is my first time on your channel, but
Sure.
as a foreigner, I know I'm being persecuted. I'm not allowed to work, take care of my children, which puts me in a very bad position that I have to rely on the South African citizen man who is not caring if I die
on a
or
life.
live.
Yeah. Okay. That's a really wait a minute, FT. That's a real situation, guys. No, wait. I'm gonna leave you to answer it, but we're gonna go. That's a situation. Again, I hope you guys were listening, that you guys understand her situation, because there are situations like this where women are being misled or mistreated. That's nothing that is not new. And Kamegelo, what do you think about that?
It is a very, very sad situation and story to truly listen. And then I just want to have a conversation with her, asking her to saying what
Sure.
Is she right now having right papers? Is she South African by law? Then if it's like that, I think our country allows her to go study or even get employed, somewhere else. It can be in any retail store, or she can upgrade herself and do any other short course so that she can take care of the kids. Because I think whatever she's facing, most of our South African sisters are facing the same problem, whereby they have been left as single parents and they're finding ways to take care of their kids on their own. And then right now we're struggling with unemployment, and she finds herself in that basket of unemployment. And then I just want to know her legal ability.
In that basket, I am a foreigner. That's the first thing you need to understand. I am a foreigner that is living on spousal visa, which means the kids of my father have to allow me. The last time like I said, I have been in South Africa since 2014. By now, I should at least had permanent resident, which allows me to work, which allows me to open, if God bless me, a shop or anything legally. But because of my paper not being right, currently I am in a storm whereby come 2070, I don't know if I can still be a mother to my kids.
Okay.
Because this man is South African and he refused to help me get permanent resident.
Okay.
Purely.
Let's get.
Sorry, brother, let me finish.
But no, wait. You've been talking. No, wait. You've been talking. I think at this point we understand your situation, but anything else is gonna be added details. Maboa, how you doing, Maboa? You wanna respond to her?
Yes, brother. I wanted to say the first point, the point that I gathered from our sister. She says Ethiopia is at war, and I wanted to say there is no war currently in Ethiopia. That's the first point. Yes, there was a conflict between Ethiopia and the Tigray province, but that one has been sorted out now. A number of people were displaced, but currently the nation of Ethiopia is not at war. And the advice that I can give my sister as an Ethiopian national, she must try to approach the Ethiopian embassy to see how they can intervene in her case, because she cannot just stay like that in that situation without looking for help. The Ethiopian embassy is positioned in South Africa to assist Ethiopians who are in those kind of situations so that she can be assisted. And I don't understand why the men can be cruel, because the husband is the one who are supposed to be helping her to get the documents that she needs. But the best course of action at the moment is for her to approach the Ethiopian embassy as an Ethiopian citizen and ask for their assistance, and hopefully they will be able to assist her. And if they should assist her with a permit or with whatever that they can assist her with, then she can be able to take the guy to a maintenance court so that the guy supports his children and doesn't run away from responsibility. So those are the two routes that I believe our sister can explore. Otherwise, we sympathize, because this story, we hear lots of stories like this in our country of our sisters being taken advantage of, especially when you are a foreigner and people know that you cannot do anything, because if you go to the police, they may deport you. So approach the Ethiopian embassy or call them and ask for assistance.
Yeah, that's a good advice tip. I would say, actually, I searched as well. There's no current war happening in Ethiopia, so maybe I don't know where you're hearing this from, but again, maybe you can. What?
Yeah, just the last one, my brother. Yeah, just to
last point.
actually add what my brother said. I left South Africa on Thursday and I was in Ethiopia for 5 days. If you check my TikTok, my videos are there. I was there on a, with my brothers and everything. There's no war there. I was treated very well, and I was in Addis Ababa. I went Bole. So there's no war in Ethiopia.
No.
So let's hope that our sister will follow right channels, and then we will get help, or else the kids will be faced with unnecessary stress and misfortunes. Thank you.
Sure, appreciate you. All right, let's get
I listened to both my brothers, but you only saw the visitors gate in Ethiopia. When I come to South Africa, I came crossing the border with originally born in in Zimbabwe, but
how long ago was that though? You said
I came to South Africa 2014.
and that was a long time ago. So perhaps things change.
Exactly.
So
And still, I don't have permanent resident to even try to get a job, because the South African government, when they give you paper based on spousal visa, the visa says you are not allowed legally to work in South Africa. You
yeah.
can come
Okay. Hold on.
FT. Come in legally.
Yeah. FT. That's the situation. So there's nothing at this point either one of us can do to help you. I don't know what sort of help you're looking for, but I think the fellows, the guys, just give you some tips and also give you some form of reassurance.
To get a help.
Then what's the point? What do you want?
I have given up, and to be honest, I have given up trying to find help.
Then what are you looking for then? What are you looking for? Because
what I want you to understand, I'm here today to help South African people to understand that so many women from my country, I'm maybe the few who got married to South African men.
But you said he was not South African, didn't you?
He was not born in South Africa, but he is citizen of South Africa.
Yeah.
That's why I had a spousal visa. But what I want all the men in this platform and women to understand is that when Ethiopian woman comes crying to Home Affairs or any police of any sort of abuse and deny of freedom, believe me, she probably is telling you 60% of the truth. Because the minute we come into South Africa, the men who brought us will take everything away from us. I have been in South Africa since 2014.
My brother,
Okay.
I think this is simple.
Okay. All right. You're repeating yourself. All right. You're repeating yourself.
This lady is here illegally right now, and we've been giving her the freedom.
I'm not illegally because I have.
Okay. Look, I don't understand. At this point, I have a feeling that you just want to share your story, but at the same time, we are pressed of time. I also have private coaching. If you want private coaching, you can find the link in my bio. You can sign up. You can go to my Patreon. We can schedule or find private coaching if something that you would like to get off your mind or get off your heart.
It's not about me, my brother. I promise you, I'm here legally.
Okay. Look, you have to stay muted.
Okay. Apologies.
That's okay. Monj Okam Donj. I cannot say your name properly. Yeah, it's you.
Yes. Can you hear me?
I can hear you. How you doing?
I'm doing good, thank you. Basic, thank you for just allowing me on the panel. I just want to say something. I am 110% South African. So I live outside South Africa, and I see what's in the news. Of course, where I live, the propaganda is out there, which I'm least concerned of. What with my experience in terms of just other nationalities, especially our African neighbors, if I should say, they live a life of individualism. They will not even align themselves with South Africans. If you come to a country or you come to a land of other people, you learn about how they live. You get yourself involved. If we have social ills, we never see them marching. If we have floods or whatever the case may be, you will never see them taking part in whatever is troubling the country. However, they want to benefit from them. The same people that want to benefit from that. The same people will turn around and call the people that open their arms, open their homes to them. They will call them lazy. Isn't that a slap in the face? That is a slap in the face. And so much so, what I want our African neighbors to know that South Africans are very tenacious. Since this, just because of the lack of a better word, I'm going to say a fight. Since this fight has started, it will never end. We pursue things till the end. People can say, oh, it's not that serious. Oh, it is this. Oh, it is that. It is never going to end. Once a South African says it's enough, it is enough. The arrogance that they have to come on, whether it's social media, and say this, that, and the other about South Africans, it's because they can never ever do the same thing and hold their own government accountable. They can never ever ever go to the news, go to the media and say that, but they have the audacity to say Ramaphosa. You'll never ever 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 hear them say anything about their own government. So much so, other countries are even deporting illegals. Other Western countries are deporting illegals. You will never ever hear them go to the news and say, oh, this president from this country is doing this president. So much so that he even called their countries like, he called them shitholes. They never said one word. One word. But however, they will say so much. They will say so much about what South Africans are doing. Why don't you say about what's going on in the US of A? They are being deported to countries that they've never been in. But you will never hear them say anything.
Yeah. I appreciate you. All right, let's stop the screen. Let's
So what I want to say is
finish up.
right now, I don't know what maybe the remedy for what's going on could be. All they can do is just take your bag and go Samaya. Hamba Kaya. That's all they can do is just leave. If it's too much, if it's this bad, if people are being taken out because of xenophobia, if it's that bad, why don't you go? If you're fearing for your life, go to where you feel safe.
All right, thank you, Oka. Thank you, Oka.
If it's that horrific, why are they still there? Because if you're scared for your life, you'd go to somewhere where you feel safe.
True. I appreciate you. All right, let's get Holini a chance. Holeni. How you doing, Holeni? Guys, stop the screen. Let's get the likes up. Or
Can I speak, brother? I've been here for a minute. I have to
oh, you
go back
didn't
to work.
wait. You didn't get a chance. Oh yeah, I asked you, but you were not ready. So you ready now?
Yes, I am.
All right.
Thank you for letting me speak.
Sure.
I just don't understand the issue why South Africans are so hateful to other Africans. Why? At the meantime, they're not killing. I don't want to say that.
Unaliving.
Unaliving on the Indian, Pakistani, South Americans, all those people who are the whites. You know, the richest man in the world now is South Africans, and he still have all these diamonds in their country, and they're not talking about them. And he was so disrespect in the White House, in their on their president, but they didn't say anything about that. But they just want to unalive or hateful the other Africans. I don't understand why. Why? Because jealousy. That's, let me tell you, because they're jealous. Because they cannot do what the foreigners are doing. I'm not disrespecting anyone. All I'm saying is that woman who was speaking or saying about what they're doing to her because they saying go back to Zimbabwe. No, her husband was definitely was not. He was a citizen. He keeps saying, she keeps saying he was a citizen, but they didn't want to hear that. But if the whites, South Africans come up here or Indians, they come up here and they won't say anything. They be shut up or they be quiet or they will say, oh, because they own this and that. The reason the other Africans, you guys are everywhere. You are in Europe, you are in Africa, you are in Asia. If we're gonna hunt you down the way you guys hunting the other Africans, we're gonna find you because we know who you are. So you can't always go after other Africans when you are kissing white men and Indians' asses and saying it, oh, this and that. We don't take your land. We don't take any of it. But you come after other Africans because you're weak. And that's why you are unaliving the other Africans and doing all these things and being mean and nasty to other Africans, but not other nationalities. Nobody will see or hear the news. You guys are unaliving Indian or unaliving Pakistani or South American. And they come in so much. Go in the mute, man.
All right. Yeah.
All I'm saying is the reason they're doing this because if there was no opportunity, nobody would have came. And the other thing, brother, I want to say is because if they don't want it, the government should not give them the visa. Period. That's it. Don't give them the visa. They will go home. You guys want them to be there, and then you guys are complaining about it. Indian man was there talking and saying it because the only reason the other Africans made you guys aware on your people are going through all this bad because if the other Africans then show you what you guys, the pain you guys are going through it. And when the Indians had the shops and the Indians were in control and the Pakistani was in control, you wouldn't say anything, y'all. All you're doing this because the Africans are trying to indicate you, to show you the way, and now you're unaliving them. Send them home, period. You want to deport that woman saying that she lives somewhere else, then you should be deported too. You cannot come up here and say, we're going to unalive only Africans, not the other nationalities, just because they are black. You can't do that. And we're going to, I'm letting know every other out there Africans, if they did that to your brothers or your sisters, follow them everywhere they are, and we're gonna come after you one by one.
All right, Silla.
And thank you for giving me. I'm thank you for giving me the platform. You cannot do this
Thank
to
you, Silla.
other Africans only, not the other ones, and come up here and do this and say, hey, other Africans, we're gonna unalive you, but we're not doing anybody else to anything. So thank you. I appreciate you letting me in and let me speak. Thank you very much.
Appreciate your input. Guys, let's stop the screen. Let's get Optician. Optic Vision. How you doing? Optic Vision. If you're not ready, we're gonna move. You ready?
No, I am ready. Can you hear me?
Yeah.
Oh, great, man. I would like to respond to the lady who just spoke now, right? It is really upsetting to hear, especially women speaking like that. That's the first part. I would want to clarify and give a little bit of history about our own country. I am a South African. I've lived in South Africa throughout my life. One thing that the foreign nationals do not understand, especially those that are within
the diaspora, meaning outside of Africa. I don't know where the lady is calling from, but let me just explain and give a little bit of background around this. The African foreign nationals live amongst us, Black South Africans. We know exactly how destructive they are. Well, according to my government's minimum requirement for anyone to come and live here is quite clear. You must have a minimum of 5 million rands as a businessman or woman so that you can create jobs for South Africans. Secondly, if you possess any form of scarce skill, be it you are an engineer or a doctor, but what we have actually been experiencing for the past 20 years is that even the most basic opportunity, like being a gardener, is occupied by a foreigner. So, and this has pushed us South Africans, including the educated ones, in fact, because I am an educated South African, to then say our little brothers and sisters have absolutely no opportunity whatsoever to participate in this economy. The economy has been hijacked literally. But I also want to speak to the fact that she's giving us threats to then say to those South Africans that are outside of South Africa, of course, we can always have our people back. I can easily tell you now that the number of South Africans that are outside of this country are not more than 3 million max. And most probably all of them are professionals. They're doing something out there. My last point would be to talk to the lady from Ethiopia. What I've then realized that it has been a playground for all these unions, be it's a woman from Ethiopia with a man from Uganda or whichever country.
Okay, thank you, Optic.
As I understand, is that the gentleman?
Yeah.
Okay, can I just finish my point?
Yeah, finish your point because look at the time. Finish your point too.
Yeah, my point is even the husband is illegally in South Africa. But what is so interesting is that she cannot then leave South Africa and go to Zimbabwe because the husband has his family in Zimbabwe. Why is he complaining about the fact that she has no opportunity in South Africa, whereas the children that she has are Zimbabweans, clearly? Thank you. Thank you for giving me this opportunity.
All right, thank you. Guys, tap the screen, follow my account if you haven't done that already. I appreciate you. Follow. Thank you. Let's give Lutando. Lutando, how you doing?
Evening, man. Good evening, man. Great platform. I think I commend and like the manner in which this platform has been carrying itself out, except for a few people here and there who are out of line. Yeah. I'm a South African, born and bred, both parents. I think what our brothers from Africa are failing to understand is that what brought us to this point is a level of criminality that is taking place. Guys, small kids being fed drugs, small children being enslaved out into sex work by foreign nationals.
S work.
Sorry?
We say S work and powder. just to keep.
Okay. Sorry, man. I
yeah.
didn't get the rules. No, sorry about that. So what I'm trying to say is the level of criminality that the foreign nationals have brought into South Africa. None of our brothers and sisters from the diaspora, from the whole of Africa, are willing to talk about. The only thing that they are willing to talk about is the result of that criminality, which has gotten South Africa to rise. Remember, we are a small, young democracy of 30 years. We've been living with these guys for the longest time, for 30 years. None of us have asked these guys to leave because we thought these were minor issues that the police could deal with and lock these people up, those that are doing wrongdoing. But we are saying that the foreign nationals that are doing criminality, so a foreign national today, an undocumented foreign national, can murder someone in South Africa today and cross the border into Mozambique or Zimbabwe. Nobody can trace them. They will never account for that murder. So our brothers and sisters are failing to recognize that there is a level of criminality that has gotten South African individuals to rise, to come against this thing, because it's actually eating our country from inside out. And we can't allow it to go on, whether or not we are called xenophobic. I don't think any South African cares right now if we are called xenophobic or not, because I've got a nephew who is on drugs now. He's high on drugs now. And I can tell you, he was not fed drugs by a fellow South African brother. He is a graduate with a degree from a university in geology. Right now, he's a drug, and he's one of many. He's not just the only one. He's one of many. There are South African girls who are brought into prosecutions by these things. And remember, so let me just finish off my point.
Yeah, as work say instead of.
Oh, sorry, man. So I'm so sorry. I mean, this topic is I'm very passionate when it comes to this topic because we see it live. You see it on the news. I've got a testimony in my house. The ladies that are speaking here, some of them talking things that they know about, have not experienced this. If you would have your child go through this, or your brother, or your nephew, or your sister go through this, they wouldn't speak the same way that they are speaking. So I just want them to know that the reason why we are here today is not because of the foreign nationals who are living amongst us peacefully, who are doing what we are doing. We're sharing food, we're sharing cultures. It's the rotten apples that we got, because it seems as if South Africa is attracting the worst of the worst from these African countries, and that is showing more than the good Africa, because there are good African brothers that are amongst. I went to school with people from Angola, people from Zimbabwe, people from Nigeria. Those guys were okay. There was nothing wrong with them. But there are these that are coming to spoil. They're spoiling the party for all the other needy foreign nationals that are in the country. Now, our sisters and brothers in this platform or on the socials must also look into that before they come back and judge South Africans for reacting for something that has been done caused by their fellow brothers and sisters. I just want to highlight that. Thank you very much for awarding me the platform.
All right, appreciate you. All right, let's give let's see who's the next person. Guys, stop the screen. Let's get the likes up. Ma Bay. What your name start with an M-A, with a heart.
Let's do that. I think it was Duna.
Oh wait, sorry. I missed you. Duna. Yeah, my bad. Yeah, Duna.
Okay.
Your turn.
Hello, everyone. Unfortunately, Selik is gone. I was really interested on Selik. If she's still on the comment section there.
Let's see.
I really felt like she must try and listen up a bit more when South Africans speak, and also when another genuine non-South African that has been to South Africa, when they're speaking. They will tell you very clearly, those that has been here for over 8 years or so, that how was the conditions in South Africa when they come 8 years ago and as compared to now. What is sad is the fact that these fellow brothers and sisters, they left their countries like going down into the drains, and they escaping to South Africa. And then when it comes to South Africa, when we're raising our concerns to our government, which of other countries in Africa that is able to to bring the officials into the law, to face the wrongdoings and everything. Whereas South Africa can call the whole president to court, and not for first time and not for second time, and yet someone will come here and speak out of nothing, and say these people must attack us. How they should attack us when they fail to attack their own government? And hold the government in charge, we're talking about criminals here, and then he comes and defended the criminals. So this criminal must live amongst us and keep our condition making worse and worse.
Thank you.
Who can take the child from age of 13 to 14 years, more than 15 of them, and lock them up in the house in Johannesburg for the bad use, for his own benefit or different use? You can call that person a human. That is animal. That is an animal, and they're doing this like animal behavior even in their countries. These people, most of them has been free for more than 60 years. But what do? They leave their government to loot everything and turn the country into something that you cannot even explain what it is. And then yet they come to South Africa and they want to advise us how we must deal with this. We're not even dealing with them. He said, analyzing their brothers and sisters. He must give me one incident where South African has unalived anyone as of the time of March last year till today. If he said he must chase them away, if we're talking to our government to get them out and everything, if he's not doing anything, what South African must do? That's the other thing that you must start asking yourself, because these people are busy having their own mafia wars here, and they're busy unaliving each other in Johannesburg, in McDonald, and they're painting South African work very badly. And then some of them are busy doing the same thing in Cape Town, with all the powder and everything, and they're busy unaliving each other, and they're painting our names badly again. Okay, thank you. I say the time is over, but at the end of the day, I think African must self do the introspection, and then they must really look at the thing as it is, not to try and nappy or dress up the wound.
Thank you. All right, guys, let's tap the screen. Follow my account if you haven't done that already. Let's give a lady a chance. Ma Bay, you up? Can you unmute yourself? Yes. Share the live, guys. You can.
Okay, thanks for accepting me again, host. Unfortunately, this person that I wanted to engage with is unfortunately not here on the panel anymore. But because I got all these questions that I really want to get to understand. I'm a very reasonable South African who really.
Who did you want to talk to? Who was that person? Do you remember their names?
It was a lady who said a lot of negative things about South Africa, and I don't really wanna. And then she came up with all these threats about how South Africa needs to be, taken out and and all that kind of stuff. But I wish she was here. But I guess if anyone can answer this question. South Africans made a statement or a request that they would like all the illegal immigrants to leave the country. How is that bad? Why is everybody so warmed up about that statement? What is so wrong about that statement? All illegal foreigners, can they leave the country? Because everywhere in every country that is considered as a crime to be in a country illegally. So why is it so hard for them to understand the point that South Africa is trying to make? Do they ever take some time and listen to understand, not to respond, to listen and understand to that statement, all illegal foreigners need to exit the country? What's so hard about that? Are you guys condoning South Africa to be a lawless country whereby anybody and everybody can just come in and out whenever they want and do whatever they want to do? Because what angers most South Africans is this crime that's been happening over and over again, and the people who are supposed to be held accountable are nowhere to be found. Why? Because they came to the country illegally, they are untraceable, we cannot find them nowhere. So how is that progressing our country? How is that not something like to think as a human? Because they keep talking about certain things are unhuman. How is that human? That you guys come to the country, do all these crimes, like, what's so hard about you guys understanding that we are against these illegal immigrants that are all over our country that we cannot trace when there's crime? And you come up here and you are fighting us and threatening us, talking about every country should join you and kick South Africans out because we are xenophobic. Like, really? Like, do you guys sit down and understand our point? It's that simple. You know, and wait a minute. Somebody's talking about I should address the white-only town in South Africa. You guys need to understand that Orania is a city or a town in South Africa by South Africans. It's something that is way different from the Igbo king that you guys try to install in South Africa when we have our own king. Like trying to make your own Nigerian town in South Africa. You cannot compare Orania and that kind of thing that you're trying to say. What's about that Orania thing? What's his name? I don't know. 3, 2, 1. Can you come up on the panel?
Yeah.
And make your point, please?
Yes. Yes. If you want to join the panel, you can send a request so you can make your point. Guys, also do private coaching, private consultation. If you want to get your body fit, or if you're trying to lose or gain weight, you can send me a message, or better yet, you can find the link in my bio. Or if you want to work on your mental health as well, you can do that through having a private consultation with me or private coaching. You can also find the link in my bio to do this. If you want to come out, join the conversation, you can just simply send a request. At any time, you can take a look in the link in my bio for more information. These are safe links. Sloka, how you doing?
Hi, everyone. Can you hear me?
Yeah, you good.
Okay. My name is Siyabonga Biela. I'm a South African, a Zulu person in that. I wanted to clarify something. I've been hearing people here coming up and talking about South Africa and how we as Zulu people especially are xenophobic. Okay, I will talk about something that happened today. I'm a student of law and also I'm working as a security guard. So today I was given a job, a duty to guard a site where there are foreign workers there, mostly foreign workers. So when this match happened in, I think it is at Stenga. People know Stenga, KwaDukuza, where there is actually a Zulu nation there. So when this match happened, they came into the site where I was guarding, right, where I was working. And I had to close the gate. Inside the site, there were foreigners, legal and illegal foreigners workers there. So as a Zulu person, I closed the gate for those who were marching against those people. But today, we are being called xenophobic, right? So when the march was over, or when these people passed, I've asked my foreign brothers, why were they running away? Because they are working here, so they must relax. Because if they work here, they must have legal papers of being here, of working here. You know what I found out? I found out that most of them were illegal immigrants. Illegal immigrants. So I want to clarify this. We are not fighting against our brothers and sisters. We are against our own government because they failed us. They opened the borders, allowed people to come inside our country without illegal papers, first. Second, there are ships with containers that come inside our country with drugs and out of our country with human trafficking. There are human trafficking
No,
people
listen.
from this country and outside this country.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not the fight against our brothers and sisters. That's how I want to clarify. It's the fight against our own government that has failed us. So we are taking charges. We are taking matters in our own hands because the government failed us. We can't depend on our government now. That's what I wanted to pass from the people who are all over here. It's not about that we hate you. We don't hate you. We love you as our brothers and sisters. We are all black. We are African. We are from the motherland. We are from the people of the sun. So we are all the same. But now our government failed us. So that's why we are doing like this. It's not the fight against you. It's the fight against our government. That's all that I wanted to say. Thank you very much.
I appreciate Sloka. Guys, stop the screen. Let's get the likes up. And Living Legend, you up? How do you know who is legal and who is illegal? Living Legend.
Thank you so much, everybody. There's some points I want to add to my brother here and sister. The other sister also, she was talking about like foreigner came in South Africa illegally. Actually, there's something I want to make them understand. One thing, they should have asked themselves as to why their government they are not deporting foreigners or illegal foreigners. Why are they protecting them? Because there is agreement between South African government and United Nations to host refugees. Since 1991, they have agreed to host all refugees that their country, there's a war there. I'm not saying that to be illegal in the country is the right thing. Like in Tanzania, there are many Africans have been arrested without document for 3 years without passport. They were just passing. In Zambia, there are many Africans have been arrested. Everywhere you go, you'll see people being arrested. African people, you never see a white or Asian people have been arrested. Most of them, they're African people. And this issue about illegal foreigners, I've been living in South Africa for 24 years. Now I'm not in South Africa for about 5 years. I moved out with my family. I went back home long time ago. What I'm saying is the Home Affairs, they're getting paid not from the government. They're getting paid from United Nations. It's United Nations. You see Home Affairs that are giving papers. This you call in status for 3 month refugee paper, and the status for 4 years. It's all costs. Each and every foreigner that you see there, a United Nations are paying for them $100. Each one per month, $100. So you can count how
Can you just allow me to chip in when it's done, please?
Sure.
Each and every one, they get $100. United Nations is paying for every refugee $100. So how many refugees are living in South Africa? Almost millions are living in South Africa. So who's benefiting them? The South African people are not benefiting. The government are benefiting all this.
All right.
That's why the illegal immigrants are the refugees. I was one of them, but I came there and they grant me status as a refugee. I lived for 25 years, but I don't have even a green ID.
Really?
And I've never applied. Yeah, for 15 years for 25 years I lived in South Africa. My children were born in South Africa. I've got 4 children who were born in South Africa, but we moved back. So when you talk about illegal foreigners, I don't say yes, all illegal foreigners, they're not criminal. They are criminals. Some of them are criminal. They're selling drugs. They're breaking the house, they're hijacking. They do many things. But who's supposed to deal with that? Do you know who's assisting them? SAPS are assisting them. They're escorting them. There's a drugs coming in the airport. Who's there? There's anti-drugs in the airport. There's the dogs. There's everything. In the borders, who are there? Everybody. There's high security there. So who's supposed to deal? So they want to include everybody, those who are legal in South Africa. There's a foreigners own business. They're paying taxes there. A lot of them, they're paying taxes. Each and every foreigners that live in South Africa, they're paying taxes. Because whatever they buy something, the tax is including of what they're buying. Not like we don't pay the tax. We do pay tax. So what I'm asking is like, we don't have to blame all foreigners for the few people who came in South Africa and doing shit in South Africa. They kidnap. Now they start kidnapping.
Okay, all right. Living legend, guys. Once you are gonna talk here, there are some words, some key words you cannot say. You have to find, you have to find smart ways to say it, like powder for the illegal substance, unaliving for people being taken away from this earth or deleting. You know, you have to use your words differently. So appreciate you. Let's give Lutando. You wanted to respond to him, Lutando?
I think, thank you very much, man. Let me just respond to Living Legend.
1 minute.
Yes, can you hear me?
Yeah, 1 minute.
Okay, cool. I'll just try and make it quick. I appreciate the fact that Living Legend has raised the issue of asylum seekers, refugees. Those people, when they come through the borders, they come through legally because at the border they are given paperwork. Hence, they are recognized that they are here, and United Nations can issue out a stipend towards keeping them in South Africa. We're not talking about those people. We are talking about the people who slide through the borders unnoticed through a broken fence. They break a fence, they come into the country illegally. Illegal foreigners is what we are dealing with. Not all foreigners. However, because the problem has gotten so big, now we can't tell whether the color is white or pink or black. Now we are pressing a reset button on everything so that we can know that this one came in legally, this one is not here legally. So I think that must be understood. And we can't stand by and let criminality prevail in South Africa. We've got kids that have a future and must have a future in this country because unlike other African countries, as South Africans, we've got nowhere to run in Africa if things go bad here at home. Thank you very much.
Appreciate you. All right, there's Edwin. Edwin, it's your turn. Edwin, follow my account if you haven't done that already. Thank you, guys. Follow. Become a member. Edwin, are you ready?
Yeah, I'm ready.
Your turn.
I want to say hi to all the gentlemen and our ladies in this room. That I want to have a question. I have about 3 questions. And everyone who will be giving me the opportunity to answer the question. One is when Nelson Mandela has to go to America to demand from the U.S. government to respect the sovereignty that South Africa needs to be respected, and no one decides what happened to South Africa because South Africa is governed by the president. Number one, what do you think Nelson Mandela would be happy to know that what is going on with what we are doing? Yes, I understand that people coming from Nigeria, this and that, and whatever is going on, but these are all our kind, and Nelson Mandela will not be happy. Will you be happy? Will Nelson Mandela ever could be happy? Second question that will be answered by the panels on the floor. Second question. I know people in my country, they come from South Africa. Would I do that to them because I feel that I respect my country and they didn't be to I can do anything to them? Last question. What, rather than doing what we are doing to our kind, what are we doing for our president to answer to the problem that if South Africans are not getting the best treatment, what are we doing for our for the president of South Africa to listen and do what South Africa need? So I'm out.
All right, appreciate you. Negra, you want to respond to him, Negra?
I would have loved the opportunity to respond to him, but I didn't hear what the questions were.
Okay.
I couldn't understand or make out what he was saying.
All right, no problem. Yeah. Who wants to respond then?
I can respond to that. I think I heard everything that he said.
Okay, go on.
Okay, I think his first question was, what would Mandela think of what is going on in South Africa?
Yeah.
I don't think Mandela would be happy with the level of criminality and the level of undocumented illegals in South Africa. One, as much as Mandela loved Africa and loved African brothers, I'm sure because he's a man of principle, he would have wanted things to be done by the book. I think that's the first thing that I wanted to address when it comes to the brother. Also, secondly, the amount of ignorance. I don't know if we are choosing to be blind on purpose to the cries of South Africans. When we are doing this to one of our own, we are as South Africa saying our own brothers and sisters are unaliving our children. Are you guys not sympathetic to that cause as the rest of the African continent? So are we supposed to allow our kids to be unalived and be fed powders by these illegal people that come into the country and keep quiet? I don't think so, brother. If we are as human as we claim, as you all claim that you guys are in South Africa so inhumane, I think you guys should also take note of the cries of South Africans on the ground, because South Africans are very reasonable people and have been reasonable since the era of Mandela. However, we can't just sit back and allow criminality to prevail. Also, remember that when the apartheid system was killing people in South Africa, South Africans stood up and fought apartheid, and we are where we are today. And we will fight any other thing that it tries to kill or demean our society. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. All right, so Negra, you want to add something to this conversation? Negra? They don't care. What do you mean? Who doesn't care? Anybody want to add something to this conversation, or else I'll just
Yes, please.
Oh yeah, you can go on.
Okay. I wanted to answer Edwin about his questions, and Lutando left something out, so I want to pitch in there.
Sure.
So Edwin, your questions, man, you are all trying to guilt trip us for what we are doing to protect our country and our own children, our own brothers and sisters from South Africa. If you talk about Mandela, yes, Mandela was there, fought against apartheid and went to other countries seeking for help with our heroes. Yes, let's underline that. But if you clarify this, you went to prison 27 years and you come out from prison, you have a big house, you have businesses, you have everything.
Thank you, Lutando.
Other South African didn't have. If you're saying that Nelson Mandela will be happy or not, we actually don't care about Nelson Mandela right now, because that is the first man that sold the country. To tell you the truth, that is the first man who sold the country to other countries. When Mandela gave us a break, but him giving us a break, he also sold this country. So when you talk about Nelson Mandela, please, you are just making us more and more angry about what you are doing right now. Because whatever you are saying, Edwin, your questions are guilt trapping us. You want us to feel guilty about what we are doing, but you are not even sympathetic about the things that your people and the
Thank
other people
you.
and other
Appreciate looking
immigrants
at
that came into our country have done to our people. We have talked about human trafficking. We have talked about the drugs, but you're not even you're not even mentioning that in your questions. You're only mentioning what Mandela will do. Will be happy or what? Okay.
All right.
We are wrong. We may be wrong. But now, please don't try to guilt trip us, because everything that you guys came in, like the other immigrants came in this country, it's very destructive. We have lost a lot of things. People can count. Don't use Nelson Mandela's name in this, because if you want to use Nelson Mandela, I will bring up Mama Winnie Tigizela Mandela. That is the only person that fought for this country. That woman was punished for this country. Not Nelson Mandela. Thank you very much.
Who's that person? Let me take a look at Sloka. Who's that person you just said? The name?
It's Edwin.
No. I know. You mentioned somebody who fought for
Winnie
the country.
Madikizela Mandela.
Wait.
It's Winnie Madikizela Mandela.
Winnie.
That woman was the wife of Nelson Mandela. That woman is the only woman that I can bring up that fought for this country. If we're going to talk about the people that fought for this country, the people that died for this country, we're going to talk about Winnie Madikizela Mandela, we're going to talk about Chris Hani, and there's this other guy that I forget his name. Okay, those are the people who died for this country. And I want to quote these words before I go, please. I want to quote these words from Chris Hani. He said, if the government does to you what the apartheid regime did to you, you must do whatever you did to the apartheid regime to the new government. So if this government is oppressing us like this, we're gonna rise up like we did to the apartheid regime. So there's no one that's gonna stop us. Even if you try to guilt trap us, we won't stop, because now the government failed us. They failed us.
Okay.
More and more. So if you're gonna try and just guilt trip us like this with Nelson Mandela's name, Baba, hey, Baba.
Okay. All right, let's give Edwin. Edwin, you want to respond, Edwin? Edwin, you have to unmute yourself. All right, Negra, it's your turn.
What confuses me is, why is it that when South Africa wants to enforce the law or the constitution of its country, we are labeled as xenophobic? But when
Can I get my point respectfully to the sister speaking? I'm sorry, I was trying to figure out to talk. I didn't mention that I do respect any South African that I don't stand with you for what you are doing. You deserve to protect your country. You get all right. All I'm saying is that the people that being attacked are brothers and sisters like you. So the question, I was a student of when Nelson Mandela was going to whatever. I love whatever he did before he died and stuff. Yes, South Africa has gone through a lot. I'm a student of that. All I'm saying is that we should understand that we should not hurt our kind. If the kind that causing the troubles and whatever, you can take them to jail. But I don't want to sit on the internet and see that you are slapping another person that look like you, when the people who did wrong to you, I have not seen any of them being slapped in the face. So I'm not saying that I'm not sympathetic with you. I don't respect what you're doing. You are South African. Is your country. That's the place that you were born and raised and stuff. But understand that what is happening, someone from Nigeria, someone from Zimbabwe, someone from Tanzania, they are just your brothers. And every one of us African, we've been through a lot. Our government, they are not been able to take care of us. So don't misunderstand what I was trying to say. Okay? So host, I'm out.
Thank you, Edwin. All right, Negra, you can finish what you were saying, Negras. Guys, tap the screen, follow my account if you haven't done that. Negras, you wanna take the time?
I'm saying, why is it that when South Africa is enforcing the law or even trying to enforce the law, because we know that our law enforcement is trash at this point? Why are we the only ones labeled xenophobic? But when Pakistan, between 2023 and 2025, I mean, when they chased away or expelled the immigrants that were in their country, which were like 1.7 million people, 1.7 million Afghanistans that they chased away from their country, no one said Pakistan was xenophobic. When Dominican Republic did the same thing to the Haitians, no one said they were xenophobic. When Algeria did the same thing to the Sub-Saharans, no one said they were xenophobic. India, Tunisia, the US, the European countries, the Asian countries, no one said these people are xenophobic. But when South Africa does it, all of a sudden we're xenophobic, because South Africa is expected to be, I don't know, everyone's house, maybe. But you can't come to a person's house and then do what you want to do against that person's family, against that person's possessions, and then want to get away with it. And then when they ask you nicely to go home or follow their rules, you're then in the streets being loud and spreading misinformation. I don't think that's fair, and I don't think that the illegal immigrants or the immigrants care at this point. Like, they don't care. They just want what they want in South Africa. They don't care about South Africans. They never did, in my opinion. They just, and I keep seeing the videos that they're posting on TikTok about how they are going to, especially the men in other African countries. They always speak about how they're going to infiltrate South Africa, get South African women, impregnate all of them, and fill South Africa with their kids. Because their plan is to annihilate South Africans so that they can be in power of South Africa.
You've seen videos like this? Can you send me some? Can you send?
Yeah, I'll do that. I've saved a few.
All right, I appreciate it. I'd like to, yeah. I haven't seen that part of this doc TikTok, but I'm really curious. Guys, follow my account. I'm sorry for, yeah. Let's give Oneto Zake. You up, Oneto Zake?
Yes. How you doing, my brother?
I'm all right. How about you?
Good, man. Good efforts in saying my name. Not bad.
Yeah,
Which country are you from?
I tried. Let's get down to business. What's in your
Down to
mind?
business.
Mhm.
Okay, pertaining to the situation in South Africa, I don't wanna lie. I'm from a rural area within South Africa, and today we actually had our first march.
Oh,
You know,
interesting.
against against illegal immigration. So we are in KZN. So the initial marches actually started in Durban, in KZN. That's the province, and then it slowly spread across the country. So what I'm seeing is that now it's starting to reach the small towns and the real corners and crevices of South Africa. And even I am a South African. I was seeing the movement. I'm still seeing it, but to me, it didn't seem like it was something that's gonna happen due to also the number of illegal foreigners that are in South Africa. We have a lot of them. So when I looked at it as a mammoth task that's never gonna really be realized. But now, today, I really had a realization that South Africans are actually truly serious about this issue. And it is going to happen. And on the date of the 30th of June, which is the date that has been set, that all illegal foreigners must leave the country, I fear that after that date, it's not going to be as friendly, or we're not going to be as friendly as we are now. And the only shield, or what they tend to hide behind, is calling us xenophobic, which we're over that now. It's beyond that. And as well telling us about Mandela. Mandela's expiry date has gone and passed. Now it's 2026. We're dealing with new issues.
Okay, I appreciate you guys. Look, I had no idea that South Africans felt like this about Mandela. I thought every South Africans had like a very positive view on Nelson Mandela, but with this conversation, I came to this conversation with an open mind. Now I'm actually hearing how you guys feel about him, that he was not, and let's say outside of South Africa, he's presented in a different light rather than how South Africans actually see him. We don't vibe. You guys really, now look, all along I thought you guys really vibe big time with Nelson Mandela, but it doesn't seem so.
I'll tell you something. Mandela and the problem with that South Africans we have with Mandela is that everybody idolizes him on its own, but it's not him on his own. It's many other struggle icons, and the lady Winnie Mandela is the one that actually kept the light alive for 27 years while he was in prison. You understand? And he, straight from prison, he started to live a life of decadence. You know, I'm not going to say he forgot the people, but he started to live a life of decadence, meaning that he was now behind high walls.
Yeah,
but and the transition from the white governments to the black governments, a lot was hidden from us. Initially, there's a brother that actually came off now. He spoke about Chris Hani. Chris Hani was actually meant, in most South Africans' eyes, was actually meant to be our president, and he was I think you need to do your own research on him, but he was a true revolutionary. Mandela, after coming out of prison, he changed his song. I'll tell you, I have a friend that older than me. He said that he was around that time. So when Mandela was actually released, everybody in the community had guns, and they were saying that, okay, fine, we're ready now. Whatever the white man did to us, we're gonna do to them. Meaning that they had guns, and then they marched from the township that they lived in into the CBD in town. And then when they got to the stadium, Mandela told them that they must all calm down. They must take all their weapons and throw them into the ocean. That's what Mandela told the guys that were ready to fight. Because the fight wasn't initially over.
Yeah.
Remember that the white people spilled blood. A lot of black blood. So obviously within that, we needed to spill blood as well. It was meant to be an eye for an eye, but straight out of prison, Mandela told us to forgive them.
That's where you guys, that's where South Africans like felt like, okay, well, you are not consistent. How can you changing up on us all of a sudden like that?
And not only that, I want you to listen not only from my view, but from other South Africans' views, right? And remember that the lady Winnie Mandela that we're speaking about, she was actually shut out. She was shut out. In our eyes, we even saw Winnie Mandela as a deputy president, if not the president. She was shut out. As soon as they gained power, and now they were listening to the white man in their ear, they shut her out. You know,
Okay.
so there was a lot of inconsistency about Mandela. Yes, we do love them, we appreciate them, but we don't hold them to a high regard. We would say, I would die for Mandela's name. I would
Okay.
never die for Mandela.
So you guys, okay, so specifically you don't hold him to a high regards because fill in the
He
blank.
sold the struggle. He sold the struggle.
Okay. What about you, Negra? Why would you?
Yeah, no, I agree with everything he said.
Okay.
We don't vibe with Mandela. We don't care for Mandela. We even get annoyed when people use Mandela against us.
Wow.
Because for us, he didn't do anything.
Didn't do anything. So you wait. So you're saying going to
That
prison?
Nelson Mandela did was go into the room and agree to all the terms the white people and the white government gave him.
So wait. So you went to prison for 20-something years. It was you guys
No, he
consider.
didn't go to prison for 27 years. He went to prison and then he was taken out of prison and taken to that mansion that he was put in.
A safe house.
So
Yes.
wait.
He went to a safe house. He didn't go to prison. He was isolated for 27 years.
No
But he
way.
didn't go to prison for 27 years.
No
He
way.
didn't sit in Robben Island for 27 years.
So it was all he was not in prison. No way. So okay.
No, he was not.
Dang. So what?
So now I agree with him.
18 years.
My fighter is Winnie Madikizela Mandela.
But who can prove? Who
Every
can prove
time
it? He was not in
Winnie was
prison.
on the streets, she got arrested, even though she was not involved. No one cared. But for as long as the police saw Winnie Madikizela Mandela's face on the streets, they just saw trouble and they would arrest her for nothing.
And she was tortured as well.
While Nelson Mandela was being served by his white friends. So yeah, no, I'm okay on Nelson Mandela.
Yeah, look. There's a difference. Look, you guys have to understand. There's a difference from, like, you saying that. For me, I still cannot get off that. So basically, you're saying that the media says that Nelson Mandela spent 27 years in prison, 20-something years in prison. But you guys are saying that it's all a lie. He actually went in a secluded area where he was spent all. It's a lie. Based on what exactly? Where can we see, how do you guys know that it's a lie? I'm asking you guys, how did you guys know? I really wanna know myself. So basically I'm been believing a lie all along.
No, listen, a portion of his prison sentence, right, was spent in Robben Island, but towards the end of his prison sentence, the few years that were left, he had spent in a safe house.
Then isn't that called probation? Isn't that called probation?
Listen, no. They were actually separating him from the other struggle leaders to now start creating this narrative that or trying to find out where is his head in accordance to where the country must go. So they were cooking him on the side. You understand? And they were doing deals on the side with him. You understand?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Even the other prisoners, they accounted that no, at some point when we were no longer able to see him because we had a feeling he was no longer there. You understand? Because in the courtyards he was not there. During whatever time, recreation time they had there, he was not there. He had been moved into that particular safe house, and that's confirmed. And that's where they started now grinding out, grinding out.
Wow. Thank you, guys.
And then when we moved, and then when we moved over to the deal that they did, even Ramaphosa, our current president, was there as well. He's a sellout as well. It was behind closed doors.
That one didn't even go to prison.
No, he was actually an informant.
Because he actually got released the same day he got arrested with all of them
Oh, okay.
because of his dad's connection. And then he went overseas to study after that.
Okay, I'm gonna look at the Winnie documentary to find out really what happened.
Yeah, take your time with that. It's sad, but it will also open your eyes to the truth.
That's
It
what I'm
will
looking
open your eyes to the truth. So basically, what's happening in South Africa is that
Netflix.
there's a lot, man. There's a lot. South Africa hasn't dealt with a lot
Yeah.
in its past. We were told to forgive people when we were not ready to truly forgive, but along the way we tried. We gave it a shot.
Yeah.
They gave us. They had a very good marketing team. This thing of the Rainbow Nation. When we had not really bought into it, they sold us that, and I grew up, idolizing that Rainbow Nation analogy, or should I call it that marketing, and we're all into it. But as South Africans, we can't tolerate each other. We try to, even though sometimes we have those racial undertones. Within even I'm black, and sometimes I can be a little racist. I have my days, but I control it.
Yeah.
Pertaining to the white man. I'm not gonna say that I love him or I feel a way that I protect him. No, I really do not care for him, but I can live with him.
Yeah.
That's how we are. We're able to tolerate each other.
Yeah. I mean, that's that's life, eh? That's life.
Yeah, we're able to tolerate each other. So going back to the illegal immigration, our government has been too relaxed. Our government has been too relaxed. There's even, I don't know whether somebody quoted this or at another panel. Chris Hani, the leader that was killed, right?
On alive.
And there's a bit of a conspiracy behind that, because they're saying potentially even the ANC leaders were behind his assassination, because he was actually a communist in a way, wanting everything to belong to the people, that the white man, the land must be taken without compensation, and he was taken out for those views, but they were all within the same party. So anyway, going back to what I was saying, so South Africa has a lot of issues, but pertaining to what Chris Hani said to us, if the government of the ANC does to us what the government of the apartheid government did to us, we must do what we did to the apartheid government. So we, the people, we understand in South Africa that the government is us. We are the government. If we feel like we want to freeze the economy of South Africa today and nothing must move in South Africa, we can do that. We are of one mind. It doesn't matter if I'm Zulu, Xhosa, or if there's a word that comes out that says that the total shutdown of this country, nobody's moving, nobody moves in this country. Because we understand that we hold the power, and us now pushing against illegal immigration, it's actually trying to push the government, to understand and see that, hey, listen, there's a bit of a problem with our immigration in South Africa. Because now what's happening is that businesses that should be owned by South Africans, let's call it tuck shops, if you're aware maybe what a tuck shop is.
Yeah.
A little mini store, like where I'd sell bread and milk, but locally within my community, right? All those businesses have now been dominated by Pakistanis, right? And now, if you're a South African now trying to open up a store, those same Pakistanis now have a gang or a group or a cabal, I don't know what to call them, where they threaten you as a South African to close down your store.
Really?
Or they kidnap you.
Or they
no, wait. They take you by force. Let's not put the You know.
Oh,
Okay, sorry. So
Yeah.
they take you by force and put you in a place where you're not supposed to be. So
Whoa.
if you go back into the news, there's a young man that was recently taken by force, but you can just go back into the news and watch that, and then he was found by his family. Right? That's also another issue. And the food that they're selling in their stores is expired, and mostly it's counterfeit goods. Remember that counterfeit goods hurts the economy. We've recently just lost the company that created Stuyvesant in the country due to the amount of counterfeit cigarettes that are coming in, and they've reverted to leave South Africa due to the counterfeit of cigarettes. So now going back to the food that they're selling in their stores, it's poisonous. We've lost school children over that. So now this has been going on for a very long time, and I think South Africans have reached their boiling point. And I know my people. My people, once they are done or tired of something, they're done. So the date of the 30th of June is it's gonna be go home or maybe get pewed or get unalived.
Yeah, but okay, that's really what I wanted to know, because a lot of people rise you up. A lot of people don't understand, the trauma, the situation where you guys, because what you just told me right now that's real life, and a lot of people don't need to hear this. But why is it most of the time? I don't know why. Is it? I want to ask. When I'm on social media and when I'm seeing interaction or altercation with South Africans and other nations, I'm not seeing any of the Indian or Bangladesh or these type of people. Why is it I'm only seeing just black and black?
Media manipulation.
Huh?
No. It's propaganda. Remember on your.
That's why I'm saying media manipulation. They're manipulating
Remember on your
out to other countries.
Remember on your FYP. Your FYP will show you mostly what you view. We are going into the Pakistani stores. We are going into the Bangladeshi stores. We are going into those Indian stores and shutting them down. They are the ones that predominantly own the businesses. Then the Africans from our neighboring countries, they own salons. But the others, the shops, it's the Pakistanis that own the shops, and they're giving us resistance. They're actually fighting with us. And remember that they're also undocumented and they have fake documentation.
Yeah.
But we also have an issue as well of some amongst us are selling out the struggle, meaning that we have corrupt individuals at our home affairs that are selling these documentation, which we are dealing with those individuals also. We have a few locked away that were actually selling passports and selling identities of South Africans to these illegal immigrants. Even amongst us, there have been those who have been selling us out by doing that. So we are dealing with them as well. One thing that in closing, right? One thing that other African countries must know about us, we hold our government to account. It takes us time to get angry, but we do. Because currently now we have something called the Madlanga Commission, where we have taken SAPS, which is our defense force, right? There's a commission, and we have generals that are currently attending court cases that are possibly going to do jail time. That's how serious we are about law in our country. We want to bring back law because our country now has become lawless.
Yeah, true. All right, appreciate you. Negra, I don't know if there's anything. I don't know if there's anything you'd like to say, Negra.
No, I'm okay at this point.
All right.
Sure.
Have a good night. All right, y'all. Thank you guys for being part of this conversation. Yes, it's it is propaganda indeed, because every time I'm just my For You page just give me just black and black you know, crime and stuff like that, which that's the only thing that I'm seeing. But I'm wondering, okay, how come I'm not seeing the other side of Pakistani and Indian folks? Because again, I do know. No, you need to search video, you'll see. Yeah, I just searched for some video on YouTube just now, and I haven't seen it because I know this can't be it. I know there has to be. Thank you, host, for this conversation. Appreciate you, Edwin. Guys, check the link in my bio. Search. I even just do a Google search. It says, oops, something went wrong. Let's see. South African cricket team, Pakistan, South African tour, Pakistan. Okay, I'm gonna search on this app. Oh, you mean on let me see. Let's take a quick look. Let me see. Search on this app. I want to become a powder king and really use Facebook. Okay, I'm gonna search here first on TikTok and then see if I can find anything. I should be able to find. Let's see. I will be the king. Okay, you hear saying. Oh, okay. Now I'm seeing something. Yes, true. Now I'm seeing. Let's go. Guys, follow my account if you haven't done that already. I also do private coaching if you want to get your body fit, if you want to get your body snatched. And at the same time, if you're dealing with mental struggles or you wanna focus on bettering your mental health, then you can find conversation with me or private conversation. Let me see what you just said. My brother, the media and government is against these protests, and is not a lot of propaganda against us. They are not reporting the news accurately. That is true. That is true. Asanda, they are not reporting the news properly, because from what I can see, it's like they are giving me just the inflammatory videos, the things that's just gonna Okay, I'm watching a video here. It says South Africa ban e-visa Pakistan big. Okay, 67 of them Pakistan deported South Africa. That's that's in 2023. That's something that is recent. I want something that is recent. Oh, I love South Africa. Yeah. Let me see. So I wanted to ask, South African ladies stay with us so earlier, Nigerian here, can I speak? Yeah, it's kind of too late. I'm actually closing the show right now. If most diaspora black are moving back home, you're also welcome. Yeah. Are the South African ladies loyal? Because that's what this Nigerian dude was saying, that he's gonna take all the South African ladies, but some people were saying that the South African ladies are only stick with South African men. They are not. How do you know? Luminary. Can you look up data of crime being committed by African immigrants? Let me see. In South Africa, you mean? There's a lot of videos. Even Somalis are crying, making demands to our government. We should never hurt our kind. I agree to that. I never seen Ethiopian. The way you don't hurt them directly, it's like to use the system. Okay, I have never seen Ethiopians or Pakistan on TikTok live. Why? What do you mean? Like going on live themselves? Check a real South African on YouTube. If you guys find a link or know a link that you can send the link in the chat here. Deal with the government. I can answer the question I did. Okay. So what is the answer to the question, Palisa? You only date South African men? Is that what you're saying? What's going on here? Okay, let's see. No, local data graph, they lie and say African immigrants are committing most crimes. Are you Nigerian? Search Small Street, Joburg. Okay. I tagged you in a video here on TikTok. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to look for that. Let's see. No, I'm not. Oh no. It's a Pearl. Pearl with the pearly. You tagged me on a video, so let me see. Countries give you and the countries give you. Okay. Let's see. Sala, sure. What does that mean, Duna? Siko, what does that mean? What you just said just now. Small Street, Joburg. What am I supposed to see? I'm here inside Small Street, Johannesburg, CBD, South Africa. What am I supposed to look for? There are so many videos. Oh, this is one a day ago. It's just a walkthrough showing me the small street of Joburg. Let's show it. I can never be what? What can you never be? No, he's asking for a video that show other nationalities beside. Exactly, that's what you get me. Pearl, thank you. Pearl, you've been paying attention, Pearly. Yeah, even I'm still searching, guys, for a video, but the ones that shows any other person show on YouTube. Okay, this is just showing me a walkthrough. Okay, let's see if I can search for that, what you just said. Si Zok Talo. Sure, okay. Okay, I'm seeing 4 months ago, latest episode, a team. Okay. I think next time I talk about this topic, then I can look for more of these videos and I can, you know, somewhat talk about this topic. But so far, it's gonna take some time. Bye. Search via TikTok. Appreciate you guys. If you have any videos that you'd like for me to check out, you can send it to me. I'd appreciate it to go over them. Go to Nexus. I have to go through a lot of pages. Yeah, it's thank you guys. Let me see. All right, y'all. Again, I want to let you guys know I appreciate you all for having this conversation, and check the link in my bio. Follow my account if you haven't done that already. Check the link in my bio for private coaching, or if you want to work on your lifestyle, if you want to address the situations that you've been wanting to address for some time, that you've been putting off in your lifestyle, you want to get relief or from pain or from mental struggles that you might be dealing with, find a way to get in contact with me, and check the link in my bio.